Hello and welcome. My name's Alan Bayliss and I'm the minister of World Baptist Church in North Somerset. It's Thursday, the 21st of May 2020. 40 days on from Easter Sunday, it's Ascension Day. In what follows, I've adapted what Nick Fawcett calls a meditation, the meditation of James. It's an imaginative attempt at putting ourselves in James's shoes, as it were, as he thinks back on that day, recalling how it made him feel and his fellow disciples, and what it meant for them in the weeks, months, and indeed years that lay ahead. Ascension proclaims the great truth that the Jesus who died and rose again is, in his humanity, seated at God the Father's right hand, as Paul puts it in Ephesians chapter 1, far above all rule and authority, power and dominion, and every title that can be given, not only in the present age, but also in the one to come. God placed all things under his feet and appointed him to be the head over everything for the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills everything in every way. After the meditation, I lead in a short Ascension Day prayer. May God bless us all. It was quite a day, and as I think about it, playing back what happened in my mind's eye, that sense of awe and wonder still fills my soul. We were just standing there, speechless, struck dumb by the spectacle, for he was gone, plucked away from before our very eyes, and quite simply, we were lost for words, stunned into silence. It wasn't the first time, you see. We'd lost him once already, watching in horror as he was nailed to a cross, his body sealed in a tomb. And we'd been devastated, convinced we could never bounce back from such a blow. And we wouldn't have either, well, not by ourselves. But of course, suddenly he was back, there in the garden, there on the roadside, there in the upper room, our Lord, alive, risen, victorious, death unable to hold him. I just can't tell you how wonderful that was, how our hearts skipped and our spirits soared each time we saw him in the few weeks that followed. We felt certain nothing could ever again destroy our happiness, for he had taken on the last enemy and emerged triumphant. Life, all at once, pulsated with promise. No problem too great for us, no challenge too daunting, for with Christ by our side, what had we to fear? Yet suddenly, as we stood there that day, gazing up into heaven, he was by our side no longer. And for an awful moment, it seemed as though all our hopes had disappeared again, vanishing with him like a bubble in the wind. Only, of course, this time it was different, because our eyes had been opened to the truth. And had he not promised to send his Spirit? And the angels assured us that one day he would return. So you should see us now. Our faith, if anything, stronger than it's ever been. We've spoken more boldly and witnessed more powerfully than I thought possible. The Spirit came as promised, and we've been preaching the word, seeing the sick healed, aiding the weak, encouraging the broken-hearted, carrying the good news of Jesus far and wide. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. No person beyond his love, no situation beyond his purpose. For he did not simply rise. He ascended back to heaven. Jesus, the man who lived and died amongst us, who shared our flesh and blood, is Lord of lords and King of kings. nothing in heaven or earth able to separate us from him and the wonders of his love. And sometimes, yes, when I think about all that means, once more, I'm lost in wonder, love, and praise. An Ascension Day Prayer. By all means, join in with me when the words appear at the bottom of the screen. Let's pray. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and wealth, wisdom and might, honour and glory and praise. Our Father in heaven, we thank you this day for the miracle of Ascension, that marvellous yet mysterious moment when you left this earth and left your disciples gazing heavenwards in awesome wonder. We praise you that Jesus our Lord was enthroned Lord of all authority in heaven and on earth, his by right. We remember his promise of the Spirit who would come down from heaven to earth, making good his promise always to be with us. We thank you too for the promise of what is yet to come, our Lord's return, coming with the clouds of heaven and so finishing what he started. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and wealth, wisdom and might, honour and glory and praise. Forgive us whenever we fail to live as Ascension Day people. Forgive us any smallness of vision, any narrowness of outlook, any feebleness of love, hesitancy of witness, and our failures to perceive the fullness of what this day means in our day-to-day lives. As we ponder the significance of this great day, inspire within our souls a sense of awesome wonder, a stronger faith, and a deeper understanding of all you have done. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and wealth, wisdom and might, honour and glory and praise. Amen.